So there is footage that has surfaced after Tuesday's Lakers-Magic game. Luka Dončić was caught on camera delivering what some are calling a chilling message directed at LeBron James. The video shows Doncic walking off the court, visibly frustrated, saying words that have now sparked one of the biggest controversies of the NBA season. What he said, and how LeBron responded to it publicly, has everyone talking. We are going to go through everything that led to this moment. Let's start with exactly what went down on that final possession. On Tuesday, February 25, 2026, Luka Dončić, the league's leading scorer, opted to pass rather than take a potential game-winning shot for the Los Angeles Lakers against the Orlando Magic. That sentence alone is enough to make you read it twice. The league's leading scorer, wide open, chose to pass. Here is the full sequence of events. The Los Angeles Lakers entered Tuesday night's home game 25-0 this season, when leading after 3 quarters. They were up by 1 with 6.7 seconds left on the clock. All they needed was one good possession, one bucket, one stop. They needed just 6.7 seconds of competent basketball to extend it against the Orlando Magic, but then a late-game disaster occurred. The final play unfolded precisely as coach J.J. Redick had orchestrated. With 6.7 seconds remaining, James inbounded the ball, and Doncic executed a screen, emerging wide open just behind the three-point line. This is a look that Doncic has made his entire career. He is a player who has shot over 3 defenders at once. He is a player who has buried step-back threes with hands in his face. On the biggest stages in basketball, typically, Doncic rarely hesitates to shoot from such a position when afforded space. But this time was different. On this critical occasion, he inexplicably paused, double-pumped, and then bounced pass to a surprised James, who was by then under defensive pressure. Let me repeat that. He double-pumped. Then he bounced past the ball to LeBron James. And by the time the ball got to LeBron, he took one dribble and picked up the ball, which immediately drew a double team from Orlando's Paolo Banchero and Anthony Black. Doncic pivoted and passed back to James with under 3 seconds remaining. Guarded by Jonathan Isaac, James launched a contested 27-foot fadeaway that missed at the buzzer. Game over. Lakers lose 110-109. Now here's the thing. This was not just a bad play. This was the play. Coach Redick confirmed the play was designed for Doncic to take the shot. We obviously ran a play for him to get a look, Redick said. The ball was in Luka's hands. The space was there. The shot was there. And he passed it. Let me put the whole game in context for you, because this final play did not happen in a vacuum. Doncic nearly produced a triple-double, finishing with 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 15 assists in 38 minutes. He shot 8 of 24 from the field and 2 of 10 from 3. So on the one hand, Luka was brilliant as a playmaker. 15 assists is a season high. But on the other hand, he was struggling with his shot all night long, 2 for 10 from 3, that is 20%. And that is relevant because of what came next. Now the loss itself came down to more than just one possession. The final possession capped a string of missed opportunities for Los Angeles. James missed a late free throw that would have extended the lead to 3, and Orlando's Desmond Bane answered with a go-ahead 3. On the Magic's next possession, the Lakers failed to secure a defensive rebound, allowing Wendell Carter Jr. to score on a putback. James and Doncic had connected on the previous possession, with Doncic's baseline inbounds pass finding James for a go-ahead dunk with 26 seconds to play. Orlando reclaimed the lead when Wendell Carter Jr. scored on a putback layup, putting the ball in Los Angeles' hands to decide it. So the Lakers had already given the game away piece by piece, but it was that final possession, those last 6.7 seconds, that set the basketball world on fire. And what happened after the buzzer is where this entire situation began to spiral, because what came next would set off a chain reaction that nobody saw coming. LeBron James walked to the podium after the game and did something that immediately caught attention. He did not protect Luka. Now, before I say what LeBron said, let me be clear about how these things normally work. When a teammate makes a mistake, the standard in the NBA is that you cover for them. You say something like, "We win as a team, we lose as a team." You do not single anyone out. You do not point the finger. That is how it works with every team, in every locker room, from the G League to the finals. LeBron did not do that. When asked about the final play, LeBron said, "Obviously, you have to ask Luka what he saw in that," James said. "I thought he had a good look. I was kind of off balance when he gave it to me. I thought he had a great look." Read that again. You have to ask Luka. That is LeBron distancing himself from the play. He is saying, "That was not my decision. You need to go talk to him about why he passed." Then he says he thought Luka had a good look, meaning he thought Luka should have shot it. Then he says he was off balance when the ball got to him, meaning the pass put him in a bad position. And then he repeats it again. "I thought he had a great look." Now, some people will say LeBron was just being honest, but in the world of professional basketball, especially on a team with this level of star power, Those words carry weight. Obviously, you'll have to ask Luka what he saw on that, LeBron said. But I thought he had a good look, and it felt like he kind of just lost his balance. Didn't have a rhythm with the ball, whatever the case may be. And it kind of allowed them to get back in front of him. Here is what is notable about that. LeBron said the words, "Ask Luka," twice. He said Luka had a good look and a great look. He said Luka lost his balance. He said Luka didn't have a rhythm with the ball. And he said all of this at a press conference, on camera, within minutes of the final buzzer. The big lead ran a headline that said LeBron throws Luka Dončić under the bus. After falling short to the Magic on Tuesday night, Doncic admitted that his shooting woes may have led to his late-game hesitation. The All-Star guard went 8 for 24 from the field for 22 points. This was public, this was direct, and this was noticed immediately by everyone watching. What LeBron did not know at that moment was that Luka had already been caught on camera, saying something very different, something that would completely contradict the narrative LeBron was building at the podium. And when that footage came out, everything changed. But first, let us look at what Luka said publicly. Doncic went to the media and took the blame, fully, without hesitation. He told reporters, "I knew I was open, but I just thought it was a little bit far. I tried to take one dribble closer and probably should have picked up the ball and just tried to attack." Then he went further. I just saw him open, and I didn't want to lose the ball. And we didn't have timeouts, he added. Like I said, I should have picked up the ball, should have attacked. I thought he was going to get a better look, so that's on me. And when asked directly, did you have any communication with LeBron after the final play? Doncic said no. That one word is doing a lot of work. No, they did not talk after the play. They did not discuss it. They did not hash it out in the tunnel. They did not look each other in the eye and say, "We'll get the next one." Nothing, just silence. Now contrast that with LeBron's answer. LeBron put it all on Luka. Luka put it all on himself publicly, and they did not speak to each other about it. That tells you there was tension already building. But what nobody knew yet was that cameras had caught something else, something that would reveal what Luka was really thinking. And when social media got hold of it, the entire narrative exploded. Here's where everything changes. Because while Luka was taking accountability at the podium, video footage from inside the tunnel told a completely different story. In a clip that went viral within hours, Luka Dončić was caught on camera walking off the court after the loss. The video shows him talking to someone near him. His face is visible. His lips are moving. And based on what multiple people claim to have lip read, he said something that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. He told me to pass, I passed. Let that sink in. At the podium, Luka took full accountability. He said it was on him. He said he should have attacked. But walking off the court, cameras caught him placing the blame directly on LeBron James. He told me to pass, I passed. An account called Hero of the Day posted the clip with a caption that read, "Wow, look at the last possession again. LeBron is yelling for the ball the entire time. That's why he hesitated." Watch what Luka Dončić says at the end here. He told me to pass, I passed. The video went viral immediately. Thousands of retweets, millions of views, and the comment section exploded with people dissecting every frame. Following the Lakers' loss, a Lakers fan page shared a video of the botched winning play on X and claimed that Luka Dončić blamed LeBron James for a blunder in the final play. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting, because while the public video showed Luka saying those words in the tunnel, there are reports circulating that Luka also sent a private video message to someone in the organization. A message that was far more direct, far more angry, and far more insulting toward LeBron James. Multiple sources close to the team claim that after the game, Doncic recorded a video on his phone. In that video, he did not hold back. He did not take the diplomatic route. He expressed frustration. He questioned decisions. And he made it clear that he felt the blame being placed on him publicly was unfair, given what actually happened on the court during that final play. Now, we do not have access to that private video, but the existence of it has been mentioned by multiple people connected to the Lakers organization. And if what they are saying is accurate, the video contains language and tone that goes far beyond what we saw in the tunnel footage. It was a message, a direct message, and it was aimed squarely at LeBron James. The video clip shows Doncic's face after the missed shot. Judging by the five-time All-Star's lip movements, he seemingly said what the post claimed. However, there is no proof of what the Lakers' star guard actually said in full. Doncic is Slovenian, so it is very much possible that he muttered something in Slovenian following the loss. But the body language says everything. The shrug, the frustration, the resignation. According to several social media accounts, Doncic could be heard saying that James asked him to pass the rock on the final possession, so he did. He told me to pass, I passed. Doncic was heard saying, shrugging after the loss. That shrug is the part that people latched onto. The shrug. It was not just frustration, it was defiance. Like a man saying, I did what I was told, and now I am being blamed for it publicly, and I am not going to stay silent about it behind the scenes. So we have two versions of events now. Version 1. Luka hesitated because he was not confident in his shot. After going 2 for 10 from deep, and he passed to LeBron because he thought LeBron had a better look. That is what Luka said at the podium. Version 2. LeBron was yelling for the ball during the play. Luka gave it to him, and now Luka is making it clear in private that he is not accepting full blame for what happened. That is what the footage and the reports suggest. In an immediate reaction to passing up the opportunity, Doncic explained his decision publicly. However, with time to process what happened, and after hearing what LeBron said at the press conference, the 6-time All-Star reportedly decided to send a message of his own, a private message that made his true feelings known. Now here's where it really matters. At the end of the day, Doncic had the ball to execute the play. James's attempt came because the play didn't go as expected. Nobody is disputing that. The play was drawn up for Luka, but the question now is, why did he give the ball up? Was it his bad shooting night, or was it because LeBron was calling for it? And more importantly, why did LeBron go to the podium and put it all on Luka when he knew he had been calling for the ball? That question opens the door to a much bigger conversation about what is happening inside the Lakers locker room. Because if Luka felt strongly enough to send a private video expressing frustration and anger toward LeBron, that means this is not just about one play. This is about something deeper. This is about respect. This is about hierarchy. This is about who gets blamed when things go wrong. And LeBron James was about to find out that Luka Dončić was not going to take the fall quietly. This final play did not happen in a vacuum. It is the latest symptom of a problem that analysts and insiders have been pointing to for weeks. And now, with the tunnel footage out and reports of a private video message circulating, the chemistry issues between Luka and LeBron are no longer speculation. They are front-page news. The very next morning on ESPN's First Take, Brian Windhorst said the Doncic-James-Reeves trio simply isn't good together. Windhorst said, "So Austin Reeves came back about 8 games ago from his injury. Luka missed some time in there, but when Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves play together, they're just not a good team." That is Brian Windhorst, who has covered LeBron James for over 2 decades, saying on national television that the Lakers are not a good team when their 3 stars play together. He did not stop there. When Austin Reeves and Luka Dončić play together, when it's just the 2 of them out there, the Lakers are an excellent team. The data backs this up. In 175 total minutes with all 3 sharing the floor, the Lakers have posted an offensive rating of 111.6 and a defensive rating of 121.4. That results in a net rating of 9.8. For a trio expected to anchor a title contender, that is not just underwhelming, it is alarming. Compare that to what happens when it is just Luka and Reeves on the floor. The real shock comes from the Luka and Reeves pairing. In 273 minutes, that duo has produced a 127.2 offensive rating and a 108.0 defensive rating, resulting in a stunning plus 19.3 net rating. That has been the Lakers' best performing combination by a wide margin. A plus 19.3 net rating versus a minus 9.8 net rating. That is a 29-point swing when you add LeBron James to the equation. And that is not opinion, that is data. If you look at every 100 possessions, if it's just Luka and Reeves versus the 3 of them, there's a 20-point spread in how the Lakers perform. Windhorst laid it out plainly. The problem is they all relatively do the same thing. They all need the ball in their hands. Stephen A. Smith piled on as well. With Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves on the court, you don't scare anybody. This needs to be said, Smith remarked. In basketball, no matter how great you are offensively, when someone believes they can be just as great as you offensively, because defensively you are inefficient, that oozes confidence. Indeed, James, Doncic, and Reeves in many ways have skill sets that cancel each other out, with none of them being good defenders, and all of them needing the ball in order to be at their best offensively. This is the core issue. 3 ball-dominant players on the same team means someone always has to defer. And on that final play against Orlando, it was Luka who deferred, even though the play was designed for him. But the problem runs deeper than just the on-court fit. There is a power dynamic at play, and based on what sources are saying about that private video message, Luka is making it clear that he is no longer willing to be the one who defers without pushback. LeBron James is in his 23rd season, and rumors about his potential retirement or a trade request to another team continue to swirl as the Lakers' season continues. However, LeBron has been mostly tight-lipped about making any decisions. That said, there is a passing of the torch going on. As the Lakers swung a shocking trade to bring Luka to Los Angeles, sending away big man Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks. It's believed that Luka will become the franchise player upon LeBron's departure or retirement from the NBA. And then there is the Austin Reeves situation. James's agent Rich Paul shocked many in the NBA community when he said Reeves' best fit on the Lakers is as a sixth man, comments James later distanced himself from. With Reeves likely to decline his player option for next season and enter free agency, some insiders suspect Paul's comments were a warning to the Lakers that James could leave if the team gives Reeves a massive new contract this summer. So let me connect the dots. LeBron's agent publicly downgraded Austin Reeves. The data shows Reeves and Luka are better without LeBron. And on the biggest play of the game, LeBron was yelling for the ball on a play designed for Luka. When Luka gave it to him, LeBron missed. Then LeBron went to the press conference and said, "Ask Luka." Then Luka was caught on camera saying, "He told me to pass. I passed." And now reports are circulating that Luka sent a private video message expressing anger and frustration toward LeBron. That is the full picture, and it is not pretty. There are reports that Luka Dončić is frustrated with LeBron James's significant involvement in the offense. Doncic prefers to run the offense through pick and rolls, while James prefers off-ball movement. Now, even though the official confirmation of the report is still awaited, the difference between Doncic and James's playing style is evident. And if the private video message is as direct as sources claim, then Luka is no longer keeping those frustrations private. The frustration question was put out there on social media by Jake Morrison, who reported what multiple people inside the organization have been whispering for weeks. And while neither Luka nor LeBron have confirmed a rift publicly, their body language, their separate press conference answers, and now this tunnel footage and reported private video tell a story of their own. What is clear is that something has shifted. The public-facing professionalism is cracking, and if LeBron James has seen or heard about that private video message, which sources suggest he has, then he knows exactly how Luka feels. The question now is, how does he respond? If the Lakers thought this was going to blow over quickly, they were wrong, because what happened next showed that this situation was spiraling fast. After the tunnel footage went viral and reports of the private video message began circulating, LeBron James did something unusual. He went silent. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no public comments. For a player who usually engages with media and fans regularly, the silence was deafening. But according to people close to the situation, LeBron was not staying quiet because he was ignoring it. He was staying quiet because he was furious. Sources say that when LeBron heard about the private video message and saw the tunnel footage being shared everywhere, he felt blindsided. He felt like he had been set up to take the fall publicly, while Luka was telling a different story behind the scenes. One source close to the Lakers organization said that LeBron reached out to team management, asking for clarity on what Luka had been saying privately. He wanted to know if the video message was real, who had seen it, and what exactly was said in it. The response he got reportedly did not calm him down. It confirmed that yes, Luka had expressed frustration, yes, he had questioned the decision-making on that final play, and yes, he had made it clear he felt the blame was being unfairly placed on him. LeBron James, according to those same sources, did not take that well. On ESPN's Get Up, analyst Tim McMahon offered pointed criticism of Doncic's long-standing habits. Luka's had two glaring flaws throughout the course of his career: conditioning and crying, McMahon said. The conditioning he has made major strides in. He's crying as much as he ever has. McMahon added context about a play earlier in the third quarter when Doncic failed to get back on defense after arguing for a call, leading to a magic basket. So it is not just the final play. It is a pattern. The complaining to the referees, the slow getting back on defense, the hesitation in big moments, and the losses keep piling up. The Lakers have lost 2 straight and 4 of 6. Once firmly in the top 6, they are now just 2 games ahead of the 7th place Phoenix Suns, with the play-in tournament looming as a possibility. Lakers legend James Worthy felt the Lakers should have run a play for Austin Reeves, who had a team-high 8 points in the 4th quarter and was in a much better rhythm. That is a Lakers legend saying the play should not have gone to Luka or LeBron. It should have gone to Austin Reeves. Think about that. The 2 biggest names on the roster, and a Hall of Famer, is saying neither of them should have had the ball in the final seconds. The context around the team makes all of this worse. The trio of LeBron James, Luka Dončić, and Austin Reeves has only played together in 13 games this season so far. James missed 14 games to start the season due to sciatica, while Reeves missed a chunk of the campaign with a calf issue before and after Christmas. Dončić also had his fair share of minor injuries, including a hamstring injury before the All-Star break. In those 13 games, the Lakers are 8-5, but most of those wins were against sub-500 teams. So the trio has barely played together, and when they have, the results have been mediocre at best. Against any team that is competitive, the The Lakers are 18-2 against bottom 10 teams, 11-10 against middle 10 teams, and just 5-11 against top 10 teams. They feast on weaker opponents but struggle when elite competition forces precision. And the numbers tell you where the problem sits. The Doncic-James-Reeves trio has a minus 2.6 rating this season and a neutral plus 0.1 rating last season. Splitting the production into duos, Doncic and Reeves have a plus 2.5 rating, while James has negative ratings with both players this season. Doncic appears to have more chemistry with Reeves, which validates Windhorst Point and sets up an intriguing offseason. At this point, it seems likely either James or Reeves will exit the organization this summer. But now there is another possibility being whispered about in NBA circles. What if Luka is the one who asks out? That might sound crazy. The Lakers just traded for him. He is supposed to be the future of the franchise. But if the relationship with LeBron has deteriorated this much this quickly, and if that private video message was as direct and cutting as sources claim, then the idea of Luka wanting a fresh start elsewhere is not as far-fetched as it sounds. Now the Lakers hit the road. The Lakers next face the Suns and Warriors on the road. With playoff positioning at stake, the focus shifts from debate to response. And that Suns game already produced another loss. With just 0.9 seconds left on the clock, Royce O'Neal buried a left-wing three to lift the Phoenix Suns to a 113-110 win. The shot managed to cap the Suns' final 7 points, handing LA their third straight loss. In that game, Doncic finished with 41 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. He carried the team on offense, but on the final defensive possession, JJ Redick left him in the game when he was visibly fatigued. One analyst wrote, "Leaving a fatigued Luka in instead of getting Vando on the court on that final possession is criminal." 3 straight losses, a 4-4 homestand, a loss in Phoenix, the play-in tournament closing in, and at the center of it all, a fractured relationship between the 2 biggest names on the roster that is now playing out in public and private. Having 3 elite decision-makers should be a driving factor, but it's created indecisiveness. That is the single best summary of where the Lakers are right now. 3 players who should make each other better have instead made each other worse. The hesitation on that final play against Orlando was not just about Luka doubting his shot. It was about a team that does not know who it is. And now, with the tunnel footage out and a reported private video message adding fuel to the fire, the dysfunction has reached a point where it can no longer be ignored. A new hierarchy needs to be set. Doncic, James, and Reeves create great opportunities, yet players aren't in rhythm to actually cash in on those looks. And somebody needs to make a decision about who this team belongs to. Is it LeBron's team until he retires? Is it Luka's team now that he has been brought in to be the future? Or is it nobody's team? And that is why everything feels so disjointed. And that is the message. Not just the lip-read footage, not just the "he told me to pass" clip. The real message from Luka Dončić to LeBron James and to everyone watching is this: I am not taking the blame for your mistakes. I am not going to be silent when I am thrown under the bus publicly. And if you want to question my decisions in front of the media, I will make sure people know what actually happened on that court. That private video message, whether it ever becomes public or not, was Luka drawing a line. And LeBron James now has to decide how he responds. Does he try to smooth things over? Does he double down? Does he demand a trade? Does he retire? The trickiest part of this, of course, is that the Lakers can't really do anything about it right now. The trade deadline has passed. They've got the stars that they've got. The only thing they can really do is figure out how to properly meld them together. But based on what has happened over the last 72 hours, that might not be possible anymore. The clock is ticking. The play-in is 2 games away. And the 2 biggest stars on the Lakers, Luka Dončić and LeBron James, are not just avoiding each other. They are actively at odds. One threw the other under the bus publicly. The other responded with a private message that made his anger clear. And now the entire basketball world is watching to see what happens next. DeAndre Ayton said, "It's a bit upsetting, but we've just got to get back in the lab and get ready for the next game." The lab. That is where the Lakers need to go, because the court is not working. The press conferences are not working, and the private conversations are clearly not working either. If you want to see how this plays out, whether the Lakers figure it out or whether this situation completely implodes, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Drop a comment below. Do you think Luka was right to send that message? Do you think LeBron threw him under the bus first? And is this relationship beyond repair? Let me know. Until next time.